Hello everyone. I hope you hear me well. Okay, so now I am going to share my screen. Today I'm going to talk about anterior cruciate ligament tear. And hello everyone, my name is Jonas. I am the physiotherapist from Physiolive. To begin with the anatomy of the knee. So the basic is the bone that acts the major role in the knee. So it is a skeletal on which attach all other structures. It is joints, ligaments, tendons, muscles, nerve, and blood vessels. So to make you understand what does it looks like, I will show you a short video. So knee joint composed of 4 ligaments. 2 of those are inside of the knee. They protect from knee moving inside, in both sides. The other 2 ligaments is inside of the knee. They cross each other. That's why they called crucial ligaments. Anterior crucial ligaments is in front of the knee. It protects shin bone to move in front. When this ligament tear, this motion appear and the knee become not so stable. So how does it look like in daily life? I will speak today also about sport, but it's also important to understand how people who don't sport much can also feel this problem. So it's appear like when we stand on court, it is one of the moments how can it appear. And when we step down, our knees sometimes go inside like this a little bit. And in that case, our anterior cruciate ligament can tear. Other trauma that can appear is, so when our knee goes inside, so we usually make steps like on this side and then our knee goes inside. When our knee goes outside, in this side, usually our ankle is broken, is teared. Yes. I hope you see my presentation. So there is 2 types of how this ligament can be damaged. One of them is stretch. In this case, after 2 or 3 weeks, this ligament repair by himself automatically full. And after this time, you can make your daily activity without any worries about this problem. In the case of torn, this ligament lose attach in one part of that. In this case, it is repaired, it is replaced, and after that, it took a long time to come back to daily activity. So now I want to show some examples from the sports activity. How does it look, this torn, this tear? So here you see the Clay Thompson, who plays in the Warriors in 2019, and he tear his anterior cruciate ligament when he touched the ground. His knees goes inside, and in this case, this problem appear. Now you will see this thing from the other corner. What I want to say that both of these players who jumped near the basket touched the ground almost the same pattern, but one of them knee goes more inside, the other not so firm. Volleyball. In volleyball also appeared this thing. Almost in all sports. So there you see again the guy from the basketballer who tears his ligament. He jumped, very simple, but he touched the ground not very comfortable. Here you see the player that slap on the ground. So it's also can appear in situations like this. In this, it is one more example when this knee goes inside. Tennis. The same problem. Yeah, and in this video you can see that the person who received this tear was in touch with the other. Their knee has faced. Their knee has faced. There you see the okay, I forgot his name. He wanted to pass the ball from the one side, but he made the decision from the other, and his ankle again go inside. The same pattern in all the examples. American football also can be very dangerous. In this case, player just go forward, and by the very strong attach from the other player, this problem appear. Skiing is also can be dangerous. Okay, so before operation, while it is diagnosed, now what I will speak about is not how to recognize do you have it or not, but when after diagnosis that you already know that you have this problem, and for example you stay at home and do nothing. So in this case it is important to try move your knee at least minimum, trying to extending the knee and bending it. In this case, before you have to only extend, and you also have to keep the strength of the quadriceps femoris. It is a muscle that is in front of the hip. Also smoking, high body mass index, and weakness of this muscle can make the rehabilitation process slower. Before going forward, I want to say about the traffic light principle that say that if you not reach your goal from the one phase, you cannot go to the other. You have to stay at the first one, and just after you reach your goals, you can go forward. So the first phase is the first 6 weeks after operation. This time probably took the average in which this purpose is reached. So the purpose is to strengthen the knee, fully extend, bend the knee, and reduce swelling in the case if it is appeared. At this stage, static loads are applied and the knee is mobilized. Now I will show you what I want to say in this case, because make both at the same time can damage your knee. So for example, I lay in the bed. My knee is after operation. So one of the exercises, I can put my my foot on the corner of my bed and trying to push it. So I'm making movement like this in the corner. The other exercise can be mobilized. So I relax my leg, and by simply rotating my hip, I make small movements of my knee. If I will not do this exercises and my injured legs muscles is lose his power, so rehabilitation can take up to 2 years. Every year, 3% of the amateur athletes experience anterior cruciate ligament tear. Among the women, this trauma is more popular. Every year, 15% of the professional women athletes experience this trauma. The risk to get this trauma in men is from 2 to 8 times lower. These changes appear after puberty. One-third of the individuals do not return to sports within 2 years after anterior cruciate ligament tear. In the first 2 years after surgery, the risk of developing anterior cruciate ligament is 6 times higher than after that period. So this first 2 years, you have to be very careful about what you do. Kinematic chains. It is 2 types of movements. One of them is when I isolate the part of my body. For example, I sit on the chair, there is my injured leg, and I only extend my knee. In this case, I make the closed kinematic chains exercises because my hip is closed. It's not moving. While I, for example, make the squats like this, all my body parts are moving. In this case, I make open kinematic change exercises. This exercises also can be the open sides. For example, laying. If I make this circles exercises, So it is open. And when I make like this, when I isolate this part, so it is closed kinematic chains. So the sources shows that trial shows that close kinematic change exercise produce less pain, decrease the risk of the knee disbalance, and people say that this close kinematic change make them feel to have this knee more stable, more safe. In the first 6 weeks after operation, open kinematic change exercise increased the risk of the injury. But there was one trial that shows not what I mentioned before, that the open kinematic chains that is prepared after 4 weeks of the operation can have positive impact for rehabilitation. But it's very important to keep the good corner between joints. So it is 90 degree and 45. It means that for standing position, you have to bend your knee not more than right corner. Tests to apply. There is 2 tests. Tegner test, it shows the person activity. There is scale until 10. 10 means that you are the professional athlete that plays soccer or basketball, and 0 that you all day lay in the bed and do nothing. This result shows the rehabilitation ability, how fast you can rehabilitate. And in HOP test, it is test that measure your ability to recover. This test should be made after 6 weeks for sure, because you have to stand on your injured leg and make one jump in front. Then to make the same thing on the health leg, and compared both these sizes, there should be not bigger difference than 10%. If there is bigger difference than 10%, it means that you have to continue rehabilitation. And but there is a very big risk that, for example, your damaged knee is not full recovered. And if you will prepare tests like this, you can refill your trauma again. I didn't say the main test that show that you have this anterior cruciate ligament here. That is to pull your shift bone away from you. But in this case, it is for diagnosis. And as I mentioned, all this presentation is for after rehabilitation, how to rehabilitate yourself, what is important to know about this. And in the end, how to prevent ACL injuries. So make good warm up, for example, staircase. So going staircase upward, forward, in up. The all muscles and ligaments prepare for physical activity. Yes, jogging and sidestepping running is a moment that prepares you in the moments that can cause this anterior cruciate ligament tear. So by making these exercises in the second line, you avoid the risk of having this trauma before this sense or thing that you play. Flexibility by stretching exercises. So by making exercises like reach the fingers or extend your femur, hip in this position can be very useful. Probably you can ask how this stretch should help to keep knee stable, because it looks like if we make the bigger angle of the motion, so the risk you can think that the risk to feel this trauma is bigger, our mobility is bigger, but the ligament that is responsible for knee safetiness, by having this additional loads, make himself stronger, and it helps to keep knee in the place. Stretching exercise. So on the right side you see two pictures. One of this upper is the same. So you see the one part of the one muscle of the hamstrings. It is semimembranosus muscle. And what I want to say, that this muscle from the top attached to the shin bone. And this attaching make this bone not moving forward. So it's like the helper of anterior cruciate ligament. When we make this muscle stronger, we also prepare from the injury. We lower our risk to have the injury. And agility. So basic, it is the exercises that that prepares you for your activity. So if you are a dancer, so before dancing you have to prepare for more on the foot play, knee, and one movements. And if you are long distance running, you have to make some other warm-upping exercises and prepare for your activity. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this time, and I hope to see you again next time. If you have any questions, please let me know and leave it below this video. Thank you.